You know, it's a wild statistic, but most businesses, they just don't grow. They get started, they hang on for dear life, but they never really scale. So today, we're going to break down the actual roadmap, the thing that separates the businesses that get stuck from the ones that become million-dollar companies.
So, this is the big question, right? I mean, why is it that some businesses just seem to hit this invisible wall? They stay small, they're completely dependent on the owner's blood, sweat, and tears, while a handful of others just break through and see incredible growth. It really feels like some big mystery, but here's the thing, it's not.
And this right here, this shows the fundamental split. It's so stark. On one side, you've got the 90% of businesses that are just stuck in survival mode. They're stagnating, and they are totally owner-dependent. I mean, if the owner dares to take a vacation, the business pretty much grinds to a halt. But then, look over on the right. That's the 10%. They scale, they grow, and here's the key word, they're system-dependent. And let me tell you, that one single difference, it's everything.
So here's the absolute crucial point. Getting to that level of growth, it has nothing to do with luck. It's not about winning some kind of business lottery. No, it is a deliberate process. It's a system, one that's built on a very specific set of decisions that completely change the game for a business. And guess what? We're about to walk through that exact process step by step right now. All right, so where do we even begin? We've got to start at the very beginning, with the absolute bedrock of any successful company, the foundation. This is the stuff everything else is built on top of, and it really just boils down to two simple words: value and validation. Seriously, before you even think about a product or a brand or a fancy logo, you must have this. Value. It's not just some cool idea you had in the shower, or a nice-to-have gadget. Real, sustainable value is all about finding a genuine, painful problem that people are actually experiencing, and then offering them a real, tangible solution to it. And you know what? This is one of the most common and fatal mistakes I see. Entrepreneurs get so jazzed up about their idea that they just jump straight to selling. You know the drill. They build the website, they start running the ads, they're pushing for the sale, but they've completely skipped the most important step of all: making absolutely sure their offer actually solves a real, painful problem for someone. Listen, forget the likes on social media, forget your friends and family telling you it's a great idea. None of that, and I mean none of that, is real validation. There is only one proof that truly matters, and it's this: when a complete stranger is willing to pull out their wallet and give you their hard-earned money for your solution. That's it. End of story. That is validation. Okay, so you've created real value, and you've validated it with actual sales. Awesome. Now let's move on to the next stage, because this is where things start to build. This is where you actually construct the engine for growth. And that engine is all about two things: systems and reinvestment. And here we go. We're seeing that critical distinction again. A small business, which is basically just a job you've created for yourself, hinges entirely on you. You are the bottleneck. But a growing company, an asset, it depends on systems. It runs on processes, on structure, on automation, all the things that allow it to operate and grow even when you're not physically there. So this growth engine we're talking about, it's really got two main parts, and they're totally connected. First, you build the systems. And look, this is the unglamorous work, right? Creating repeatable processes for everything from marketing to fulfillment. Then, part two, you take the profits you're making and you reinvest them. You don't just pull it all out of the business. You use that money as fuel to pour right back into the engine. And honestly, this requires a massive mindset shift. The temptation is always there, right? To just pull cash out as soon as it comes in. But businesses that really scale, they're playing the long game. They get that every single dollar they reinvest, whether it's into marketing or hiring a great team member or just improving the product, it's like planting a seed for much, much bigger returns down the road. But man, does it require patience.
All right, so you've got your foundation solid. You've built your engine and it's humming along. Now it's time to hit the accelerator. This final stage is where the magic happens, where you can see exponential growth. And it's all about two things: ruthless, relentless focus, and having the right mindset.
It's kind of tragic, but so many businesses get those first two stages right, only to completely fall apart right here. They fall into what I call the trap of more. As soon as they see a little bit of success, they immediately want more products, more ideas, chase more markets, but that's not growth. It's just more distractions, and it dilutes their focus until there's nothing left. So what's the antidote? The counter strategy is so simple, but it is profoundly difficult to actually do. You find the one or two things that are really working.
You know, that one marketing channel that's on fire, that one product everyone loves, and you pour absolutely everything into it. You focus on what works, and you repeat it, over and over, relentlessly.
Now, this next point, this might be the most important one of this entire breakdown, and it's the one nobody really wants to hear. You can have the best product in the world, the most perfect systems, but if you, the owner, are thinking small, if you have limiting beliefs, or if you're secretly afraid of growth, your business will hit an invisible ceiling. It just will. Your company is always a direct reflection of its leader's mindset.
So as we start to bring this all together, it's so important to understand the core philosophy behind all of this. Building $1 million company, it's not about chasing some prize or reaching a magical finish line. It's actually about falling in love with the process itself.
See, this whole thing isn't a one-time event. It's not about one big, flashy product launch or getting one lucky break. It's the cumulative result, the snowball effect, of a system of decisions that you repeat over and over and over again. The decision to provide value, the decision to build systems, the decision to reinvest, and the decision to stay focused. That is what builds a company that lasts.
So I'm going to leave you with one final critical question to really think about. Look at your business right now, or the one you're dreaming of starting. Ask yourself this: are you building something that will always need you there, 24/7, just to survive? Basically a job. Or are you building a system, an asset, that can grow and scale and create value way beyond what you can do on your own? The choice, ultimately, is yours.